How you doing, everybody? It's me, Trader Max, and we're here on CryptoRonins.com, and we are going to be talking about onboarding your money. Now, here's the thing, as a disclaimer here, this is for entertainment purposes only. You are a U.S. citizen at this point, and this is the only way I'm allowed to tell you to go and do this, is the legal and white hat way, okay? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. There's a lot of other ways that you can do putting money into it. I'm going to show you one that's not really illegal, putting money in, but how you get it out, you got to follow the way from the off-ramp system that I'm going to tell you if you're a U.S. citizen. If you're not a U.S. citizen and you're watching this, then you got some other things that you can do, and I'm not really allowed to say what that is here, so, you know, because it's on YouTube and all that kind of good stuff, but there might be some people that might be coming out with some videos that will explain that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay, so let's jump right in. The legal way here in the United States is to use a company called Coinbase. Now, you can go get yourself a Coinbase account. It's pretty relatively easy, but there's some caveats with that. I use the Coinbase account as just a thorough view, if you will, of, you know, money coming in, money coming out, coming from my main bank account, coming into the system. But there's some caveats here when you're bringing money in. You can buy coin directly with Coinbase, but if you buy it directly, you could end up getting stuck in what they call a staking overview, right? So here's what I mean. Let's say I have a certain amount of money that I want to buy. I want to buy Solana, right? So I'm going to come down to Solana. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to say I want $100. I want $100 of Solana, right? It's $100, and I'm going to go, okay, so there, buy, and hit review. It's going to bring me into this little caption: stake up for 5.46 API. There's a 5-day unstaking wait time. Right? What does that mean? You can unstake your soul for free at any time. The Solana network has unstaking wait time of 3 days, but you may take up to 2 additional days. It took me 7, okay, when I first did it. So I wouldn't so much stake in and buy Solana directly from Coinbase and then put it over and all that kind of stuff, right? I would probably buy, and here's what I would do, okay, is that I would bring money on board by cash alone, right? I would put money into the system and bring cash, but it could be that you could deposit cash, but let's see what happens here. Let's say if I just want to do $100 again, and I want to do, let's say, preview. Okay, so here's the other thing. If you bring cash in, you're going to have to wait 4 days to do so for be able to withdraw. You can't send it out anywhere for 4 days, especially if your account's new, like this one is. Okay, so using Coinbase to onboard is a little bit more difficult than some would like to seem. But let me show you what it looks like now. We're going to go back over to Crypto Ronins. We're going to stay here. We're going to pull up. We're going to hit Shift, Alt, and P. If you've been following, that's the bring up the pump fund process. This one has a little bit more of an ease of use that you can use through a company called MoonPay. And how do we do that? Well, we're going to come over and hit Buy. We're going to click Solana. Okay, I'm going to put the amount of Solana I want in there in the terms of USD, or I can switch it just to put the 1 SOL in there. I'm just going to put 1 SOL, which right now is running at $144. I'm going to hit Next. I'm going to come in. Now, there's 3 ways to do that. There's an on-ramp for Coinbase. This is another system, but we'll cover that in another video. Miso, which I have not used that, but I have used MoonPay. What I do is that I click on MoonPay, and it brings up another box. And this box is going to take a second. It's going to justify in. I already have an account with these guys. There's a little bit of nuance going through it to get put on your card. You have to use a debit card, not a company card. It has to be a personal debit card attached to your personal bank account, right? So that's kind of it for there. So as you see, it was 152 here. So, and it was 144 on the other one, right? So what is the coin running at right now? Well, we know that it's sitting at 144 right now, you know, 143, 144. But over on the system here, it was a little bit more, right? So we know that there is, you know, MoonPay, there's a little bit of a fee there, or it's trying to catch up. We don't know, right? So I don't know why, because it hasn't been 152 in a little while. So there's a fee to paying with MoonPay. So you're going to pay like $8 at that point. That's kind of much. That's 8% of your $100 going in. But you got to look at these things and be very careful in how you're putting it in. If you already got money in and it's gotten through the 4 days, you could buy through that either 4 days or 5 days. You buy Solana through Coinbase, or you put it straight through with MoonPay. It's either way, you're going to pay with time or energy or whatever, right? So the biggest thing that I can suggest to you is that if you're in a hurry and you want to put some money in and you're okay paying the 8% or less than 8%, it's like 150. So it's like 6% maybe in that point. So there's that process there, right? And you got to be careful because you can't just leave the box open for too long or redistribute how much. Okay, so in the process of learning how to put money on, make sure that it's going to be the same thing on the way out here, and I'm going to show you what that looks like here in a moment, and on and off ramping the process. But when you're onboarding money, that's the best way that I could see is doing MoonPay. You pay a little bit more, or if you want to wait a little bit, you go through Coinbase. Okay, I know there's other ways around it, and we'll have videos out from others that'll explain that a little bit more. But I really do appreciate your time. I'm Trader Max. We'll see you next time, and as always, trade well.